I'm Alan. I own a 45-foot narrowboat, have an interest in industrial heritage, transport and technology, and invite you to join me as I cruise, repair and maintain my boat, and visit events and places of historic interest. I'm on my way to see Sally so we can spend Valentine's Day together, which is tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. Sally's only just got back actually from visiting me, because on the way back she called in and spent a few days with her father. So she arrived home yesterday and I'm joining her today. I'm just coming into Keighley. Old buildings round here. It's a bit of a hill, this one, so I take it nice and steady. We're going out for a meal tomorrow night, which will be lovely. Going to the local pub in the village where she lives. This hill seems to go on forever. Oh, I can see an old bus in the distance. How lovely is that? Double decker. Here it comes now. It's an old Bristol. Can't tell you what model offhand. Just joining the A629, which leads to Skipton. Seen quite a lot of Skipton since I've been coming up here. Particularly enjoyed the bus running day. Just calling in at the co-op, so if I can park easily. Now begins the final stint of my journey. There are some roadworks which may mean the road is closed that I need to take, so I may well get diverted. In fact, I'm expecting to get diverted. No signs of the road being closed yet. Here we are. Road ahead closed. So I do have to take a diversion. Can't see what they're doing, but it's definitely closed. Some lovely views from here. It was just here on the left where I flew the drone once to get some lovely views over the Aire Valley. I can see the railway down below. I'm going to be parking up now. I'm backing up to Sally's camper. I've got to take extra care. I made it. Oh, I didn't check my time. My mileage, I should say. 163. Bear with me. Yesterday, Sally and I went to Ilkley Moor with the sole purpose of getting some drone footage for you. It was quite a bright day when we set off. The sun was shining. Not the best of days, but it was pleasant enough. And we arrived at our destination where we were going to do the filming, and we walked up this path to some rocks, and basically I started filming. To cut a long story short, I ended up losing the drone. So when I set off, everything seemed fine. Part of the rules of using a drone is that you should try and keep your drone in sight. It is also very helpful if you have someone with you to keep an eye on it. It can very easily get lost against the sky. So Sally was keeping an eye out for me. I was recording as the drone took off, and I was doing a sweep past the rocks and looking into the valley below. Hadn't been flying for long when I got a strong wind warning. Now, very often when I fly the drone, these strong wind warnings come up, and they come and they disappear, and then they reappear. On this occasion, the warning came up and it didn't disappear. And when you get the warning, you cannot use the return to home facility. There is a button which you press that will bring the drone straight back to where you set it off from. But that facility is disabled when the strong wind warning is up. And basically the drone was getting buffeted. I seemed to lose control of it. We lost sight of it. I didn't really know where I was. And suddenly I could see a railway line and a river and a main road. And I was a long, long way away. You get about 30 minutes flight time with a battery. I had charged it up the day before, so I know it was fully charged. In reality, you get about 20 minutes before you get the warning that the battery is going low. I actually recorded about 8 minutes of film and then a very short section afterwards. But the drone was over 3,000 meters away. That is 2 miles. 2 miles away. I've never flown the drone much more than a few hundred feet, few hundred yards. I just don't go far. I like to keep it in sight and in earshot if possible, but that is difficult to do that. And it was 2 miles away. I couldn't believe it. It was right on the other side of Ilkley. Anyway, the battery was failing and in the end it crash landed. I had a rough idea where I thought it might have crash landed, and we did go and look for it, but it's a needle in a haystack job. Now, some of you might be thinking about tracking, and I believe it can only be tracked when it's powered and within range. Obviously, when it crash landed, there was no battery power and it was 2 miles away, so there was no way I could do anything to find it, or to locate it, I should say. I was hoping there would be some sort of marker on the footage, possibly with a 12-figure map reference, something that would have told me where it had landed, but that isn't the case. So the drone was worth about £400, that's what I paid for it, and it's gone. I will buy another drone. The drone I've lost is a DJI Mini 2. From what I can tell, they're not making them anymore, they're not available, let's put it that way. There is a 2 SE, which is a similar size version, but it's not so well equipped. It only does 2.7K instead of 4K. Doesn't have any zoom controls on it like my one had. So I'm looking around. I've only just started looking, but I am looking at other drones to buy. I want to get something really no more than I paid for this one, and there are a couple that I've seen that will do 4K. They don't have all the facilities of the one I've lost, but one of them that I've spotted does have a Sony sensor with it, which I think is a good thing. It's very disappointing for me. I was hoping to be a little bit more adventurous with the drone when I'm out cruising, but it is what it is. So that's basically what's happened, and that's why this video is titled Heartbreak on Ilkley Moor, because that's where I lost it. Unbelievable, isn't it? Let's carry on now and show you what Sally and I have been up to during my visit. Hello everyone, we're just out for a drive this afternoon. We're heading for Skipton and we're hoping to visit an antique centre there. Something we like to do, have a browse around. Not been there before, so looking forward to it. on the left. This antique centre is arranged over 5 levels and has over 40 independent dealers, so there's a lot to see. I bought something. I'll show you later what it is.
So did I.
You bought something, Sally?
I bought something too.
Wow, let's have a look then.
It's a denim jacket.
Denim jacket, wow, that's very colourful.
Yeah. I guess you've got some boys' toys.
I did indeed buy some boys' toys.
We're just
I'll
down
show you
here.
later.
Sorry, we're just down here.
I also bought a couple of little Matchbox toys. Can't show them now, they're in my pocket, but we'll look at those later.
I thought when I come back, I'll bring Reggie and I'll see what size it is.
I thought that was the entrance.
Yeah, no, I thought I might just want to see it.
I see. We're just looking at the outside of the building. Dogs welcome.
Little bedrooms.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What flavour you got?
Cheese and onion.
Cheese and onion, wow.
And half a saltaire blonde. Lovely. Tiring this antique shop.
It is, isn't it? This is the first Matchbox toy I recall buying with my own money. It's an Albion Chieftain cement lorry and was released in 1958, though I would have bought it in the early 60s. I also purchased this small globe. Do your magic with that.
Thank you. I can't help it, you see. I just like to do this. Does anybody else do it? Oh, I have one
Not
friend.
that I know of.
I have one
I
friend.
can see you've already done one here.
Yeah, I'll get this one now. It's too thick. I have one friend who does it. Oh, sorry about that. There you go. Couldn't quite do yours.
Well done. Well done.
I've got one friend who does it, but I don't know if other people do it. It's very tidy, isn't it?
Very tidy indeed, yeah. It's a wide beam boat over here. Just over here is the bus station. This is an old abutment wall running parallel to a former railway, which ran between Skipton and Ilkley. Originally built by the Midland Railway in 1888, and at the grouping in 1923, incorporated into the London, Midland and Scottish Railway. We're just out in search of the old railway line. The former line can be seen here on the embankment. The railway closed in March 1965 as part of the Beeching Cuts. I'm walking along a path parallel to the disused railway line. I'm now stood on the track bed of the old railway line. I think we needed some light refreshment now, don't you?
Need to warm up. It's freezing.
Yeah, it's very cold today. George Oates Greenwood gifted this site of the burial ground to the Wesleyan Methodist Chapel in 1825. This is the mausoleum of the Greenwood family. Erected to the memory of George Oates Greenwood of Netherwood House, who died aged XLV11, what's that? 47 years, I think. MDCC XLV, so that's, I'm going to have to work that one out, sorry. This plaque is in memory of Anne, wife of William Greenwood, who was the son of George Oates Greenwood. Anne died in 1850, also aged 47, and a husband in 1866 at the age of 62. The pub was shut, did you say?
Yeah.
We realised we didn't actually have time to visit the pub and it was shut anyway, so no loss there. We hope you've enjoyed that look at my trip to Yorkshire on this occasion. We had a lot of fun. I particularly enjoyed visiting the antique centre and buying a few bits there. You never know what you're going to find in an antique centre. I always find something to buy. Can't buy anything too large because there's nowhere for it on the boat. But yes, it's a bit sad losing the drone. It's a costly item to replace. It was my fault. I can't really blame anyone for what happened. I was obviously unwise, but at the time it didn't seem that windy when I took off, and I got caught out, as simple as that. So, as I said earlier, it is what it is. I will get another drone and carry on as before. So all remains for us to say is to thank you for watching as usual. Look after yourselves, your friends and families, in whatever you're doing. Take the utmost care. Bye for now. Bye everyone.
See ya.
Take care.